Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. I just missed an entry, but I'm going to try to get into it right here, then I'll explain it to you. If we get a pullback, as a matter of fact, right now, I'm going to enter at the market. One moment. Yep. And wait for it to pull back just a touch. And now, right there. That's fine. Right there. I'm going to lower this just a little bit because I didn't get quite that. Right there. Short the Dow, and I'll explain the trade to you in a moment, although it's probably fairly self-explanatory to most of you. Looking for a one-to-one on this, guys. Very simple trade, looking for 83 points, which is a big move, but I need my stop up there. One-to-one. This is a zone break, guys. A zone break trade, right? So you can see that we were range bound all through Asia. 30-minute chart, by the way. Range bound through Asia. Range expansion in London. Of course, London is still playing right now for the next half hour or so, along with New York. And then in New York, we had this push up initially and then selling off. We saw that with the Three Sisters as well. Let me just show that to you as well. So here's the push up. This is the NASDAQ. Push up on the NASDAQ. Push up on the NASDAQ. Smaller push up on the Dow. And the Dow was the weakest player after that. And I shorted a 55-point win here, shorting a VWAP reversion on the NASDAQ and the S&P, but using the Dow below VWAP as the vehicle of choice. And now looking for this to continue, although it looks like we're rallying from here. So let's take a look. Okay, no, we're still good here, guys. But I actually missed what I normally like to see is this candle close. I was talking to my group at the time about formats and things, and like this big upper wick and then break down below right here. I want to see this on the 3-minute chart. So yes, from there, okay, good. That retracement. Now looking to see if we can continue even lower on this weakness here. I'll put you on pause for now and we'll come back. And we're pushing down here just a little bit now. I'm going to bring back in the 3-minute chart. So we have a daily up in the top left, 30-minute bottom left, and then a 3-minute chart on the right hand side. So there are 10 of these candles for every one of these candles, right? 10 of these for one of those. And we are finding a bit of support here, and so that could be problematic on this trade, depending on how firm that support becomes. What I'm looking to see, of course, is price round over here, and then to drop down lower. So I'm going to take away the VWAP from this chart. I'm actually going to drop on an EMA, the 20 EMA. You can use whatever period you like, doesn't really matter too much. I'm just used to the 20. You could use a 30, a 10, or 15, whatever. But very often I find on lower time frame charts like the 2-minute, the 1-minute, 3-minute, a pullback to the 20 is often a pretty good retracement amplitude during an impulse move. So the impulse move is down with a retracement or a corrective wave, and then continuing the impulse move down if in fact it continues. That's what we're looking for here. Actual entry there. And so on the daily, guys, we basically have a form of an inside bar, not really, but the body of the candle today is inside of the body of yesterday's candle for now. See, we're driving down here, looking to get a new low here if we can. but it's a flipped candle. It was a new high earlier, then rejected, now body below body in a blue candle, which is a bearish candle at this point. It's not a bearish configuration because we haven't broken below yesterday's candle, but for an intraday move, looking for a few points here, it's fine to use that as a bearish indicator on the highest time frame that I use, which is the daily. In my swing and position trading, I use monthly and weekly too. Go way up there. I don't use yearly. Although I've been known to look at them. All right, and so now looking to push down here on the 20, right? So if you remember, we had a break and close here on the 30. Break and close, pull back and break below. I missed the original entry, but I got in late at basically the same level, so I'm fairly happy with that. But as always, this trade is still anyone's guess. It's an uncertain, unknown outcome, also known as random in statistics and math. It doesn't mean chaotically random. Anything can happen. Not anything can happen, but it can go up or it can go down, or it can get locked sideways. I'm simply tossing the coin, calling heads on this thing going lower. Absolutely could land on tails, which means it goes higher and stops me out here for 1 hour. I'll put you back on pause, guys. And finally pushing down here, guys. It's been quite a long time just sitting here. These are 3-minute candles. You can see I've been in this trade now since 10:54, give or take, and it's now 11:20 almost, 11:18. So I'm just going to put you on pause. I just wanted to update you as to what's going on here. Getting sluggish. We're heading towards the twilight zone, which is a sideways period, but I'm going to hang in here for a bit. Pause. And trying to make a new low here. Let's take a look at the 30-minute on the big screen. You can see this idea very, very clear. It is a gladiator break and close, bottom wick, rallying up to create a topic on the next candle, driving down, entering. This is one of my top 4 setups. This is probably the setup I use more than anything. Very self-explanatory once you get it. And it's just a matter of executing when all the pieces are in place. No rejection wicks along here. Nice clean break. This is an extended move. That's the one thing that's not in favor of this trade, but still has a reasonable chance here of working out in my favor. 11:25. So the UK is about to close here, guys, in 5 minutes. Well, actually, a lot of Europe is, and that does make a difference. But I'll put you on pause for now. Actually, before I do, I'll just bring back the configuration so you can see. There is a rejection happening here. So there are some buying forces in this area. Rejected here, 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 and now here. And so they're sitting there, buyers, net buyers, obviously, to support that that zone, kind of the 960 area here, 33,960 on the Dow futures. And there we go, making our way past, which is good. That's helpful. It needs to close there, though, in 27 seconds. We'll see if it does. But being very patient here. Very, very patient. Take a look at the three sisters. There's the NASDAQ on the left. A grinding S&P here. And a grinding Dow, to be quite frank. I mean, after we had that initial move, this has been a real sloppy 1-minute chart. And so we are asking quite a bit here of this market. and back on pause. All right, guys, I'm back now. Unfortunately, it's 11:30. I have to step out and do a couple of things here. I got some things I need to do here around the home. I need to leave my office, so I'm going to keep this running. And then no matter what happens, whether I get stopped out here at the top or if we hit target, I will then edit out the dead air, and you will see what happened with this trade. And I'll come in and make a comment at the end. Yeah, I think that's probably the most effective way to do it. So I'm going to keep this running now. I'll put the microphone on mute and then bring you back. Have an amazing day, guys. All right, guys, and I'm back, and target is hit. So we got the 83 points, or at least I got the 83 points while I was out during the twilight zone. Step back in, and here it is. This is now a 3-hour and 21-minute video, but I'll be editing out most of this middle part here so that you don't have to see it and sit through it. But it's a very, very long trade. Opened the trade at 10:54 and hit target at 12:45. So quite 2 hours, yeah. And so that was a long one. And whenever I find that whenever VIX is under 20, that's typically what happens. These trades last longer, as you can see the last few trades on my YouTube channel. But that's a nice win at 83 points. Thanks for being with me. Appreciate it, guys. Have an amazing weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.